What's up guys, PBD here and welcome to episode 14 of my road to Manchester City. We're starting off this episode by taking a look at our transfer list. That Krul right there that we packed at the end of last episode, we ended up selling for 1,300 coins I believe because he was one of the required players for the Ajax Squad Builder Challenge. We then take a look at our progress after playing all the games I could play in the weekend league, and we were at 6 games left and 18 wins, which is honestly terrible for my standards at least, because by this time in the last 2 weeks we were either in gold 3, which we are in now, but we had way more wins and we even got gold 2 that one time. So this was probably our worst run yet. I started off so well. I had 4 wins, 0 losses. I did bad and then I did a little bit better where I was like 14-9. But then it just started getting worse, and I was just even pretty much the whole time. And I was really disappointed because I thought the team would do way better than that, considering it was a Premier League team. I had a different formation that I thought I was comfortable with. But things are going to change, as you see in the future. But for now, we're sticking with the 4-3-2-1, and we're heading into our last game. At this point, we had already qualified for gold, which I honestly was doubting I could do because I was playing so bad and I didn't have enough time to get the 18 wins, which is just so bad. So I honestly thought we weren't going to get gold, but luckily we did end up getting that 18th win, which secured gold 3 for us. And at this point, I was just playing to get our wins up for the monthly ranking. So we had time for 2 games. We go into one over here. And we start off, well, pretty bad because our opponent had the first chance. But we do get a little bit better as time goes on over here. Sane does well to out-muscle Azpilicueta right there. It bounces to Martial. Martial does a fake shot. Has a horrendous shot that ends up being like a very long pass to Sane. And then Sane catches up to it, gives it to Danilo. Danilo does well to give a great pass to Rashford, who makes it 1-0. So we get the lead. And you guys are probably wondering how the team played throughout the whole thing. And based on what I said, you're probably thinking it was terrible. Well, I don't think it was so much the players as it was like the formation and me in general. Because I really like Rashford, Martial. Sane was really hit or miss for me. But I think he has potential if I can use him in a different way. So we end up getting that win right there because the guy rage quit. I'm guessing it's because he needed a win and he didn't want to waste any more time because there's only like half an hour left. So he rage quit. And that actually made me wonder if like at the end of the FUT Champions, you can rack up a few wins just by scoring and people quitting. Probably not, but it would be cool if you could do that because that can really save you. But yeah, I thought about going into another game, but I was just so tired of FIFA. I have to force myself to play so many games, which is one of the reasons why I don't think I'm going to be playing after we get the monthly rewards, because it's just way too stressful and way too many games in just so little time. But we go ahead, take a look at our transfer targets, and we bought a bunch of Tigres and Monterrey players, even some Dortmund and Schalke players, and you're probably wondering why. And that is because we are once again trying to predict the next marquee matchups. We predicted it sort of last time with Marseille and PSG. We're going to try it again, except this time it might be a little bit harder because there's so many potential games they can choose from. But I went with Monterrey and Tigres, who are 2 big rivals in Mexico. I also went with Schalke and Dortmund, which I think is a pretty safe bet because it's a pretty big game. Those 2 top teams in a top league. So that is why we did that. We then go ahead and buy Butland, and you're probably wondering, why are you buying Butland, dude? Start buying the City players. Well, we are right here. We're going to buy Gundogan, and I was actually buying these players because I needed them for the qualifiers for the daily knockout. The requirements were to have 5 players minimum from one club, so I noticed that I had a lot of United players, and I was going to go United, but if I did, that just would have been awful. Using like a bunch of United players in a road to Manchester City, it honestly would have hurt me more than it hurt you guys, I think. But so I just went with the City players. I had 2, so I said, you know what? I actually had 3. I just didn't use one of them. I'll just go buy 2 more. So we can go ahead and check off, what's his name? Gundogan and Sanya, who are pretty expensive, to be honest. We then go ahead and put them all into the team. And this is how it's looking. So Fabregas, I told you guys before, but he was just not my cup of tea. and he does get sold. You'll see later on. So we switched to the 4-3-2-1, and I did end up qualifying with the team, but in this formation, the 4-1-2-1-2, I struggled to qualify. It's just so weird because I end up getting gold when I do qualify, but I struggled to qualify, and I said, I hate this formation. What is it? So I ended up switching to the 4-1-2-1-2 because I've seen some people have success with it, and I ended up qualifying with it. So might be something I start with in the FUT Champions. However, I might change later on. And the team was pretty nice in the 4-1-2-1-2. Hopefully it does keep up with that. You see right there, I put in Stones and Lovren, which isn't the ideal center backs I would want to have going into FUT Champions, but I thought they could hold off for now since it's only the qualifiers. So we go ahead, sell Fabregas because I just didn't like him, and I feel like Gundogan is amazing, by the way. He scored a couple times at the cam roll. He's just way better than Fabregas, in my opinion. So we go ahead and open the pack that we get for qualifying, and we don't get anything too spectacular. But that is where this episode is going to come to a close, guys. Thank you so much for watching episode 14. Next episode, we're going to grind out the divisions before FUT Champions. Anyways, guys, my name is PBD, and I'm out.